So I'm about to go and see the Retaliators. I haven't heard many good things about it. I think it's going to be one of those movies you can't really take too seriously. The last movie I saw that was similar to this was Studio 666, the Foo Fighters movie, and I loved that. That was a load of fun. So hopefully this is similar. I think it's very much based on heavy metal music, which is my favorite kind of music, so hopefully that saves it. I'm going to go in with very low expectations, but we'll see how we go, and I'll speak to you later. Alright, so I just got out of the Retaliators, and I'm going to be honest, I was actually pretty surprised with this movie. It was fun. It wasn't as good as other movies that have gone for a similar style to this, like Studio 666, as I mentioned before. It had a really heavy metal vibe about it. The soundtrack was amazing. It was my favorite part of the movie. Really heavy metal based. All the actors in the movie, apart from a few, I believe are all members of heavy metal bands. You can tell majority of the actors, apart from 2 or 3, didn't have acting experience. You could really tell who the band members were and who weren't. They didn't do a bad job. Some of it was a bit, overdone. They were trying to look too believable to the point where they didn't look believable. The movie wasn't great. It was far from great. It wasn't terrible either. It was sort of in between. It sort of felt like a student film, and I think in some ways it kind of was. I don't know if the 3 directors that directed this movie had any experience. I haven't really researched it. But there was a lot of mistakes in this movie. For one, the screenplay and the story they went with, it was very, very convoluted. There'd be scenes where you'd explore one certain thing, and then they'd be talking about it in future scenes, but the things they talk about are never mentioned in the movie. Another problem was the editing in this movie. Certain scenes have characters talking, but audio delayed. And I know it's incredibly hard to make a movie. I respect anybody who tries. Writing a movie, directing a movie, anything to do with filmmaking, it's extremely hard. I've tried to write a movie many times, mucking around on a piece of paper, and that's hard enough. But to have mistakes like this releasing to a theater, I don't know how they can screw something so simple, screw it up so bad. I really don't get how that works. So from the first act, they really set this movie up to be a real, emotional, heart puller, if that makes sense. And they did that in a way. It was done well, it was written well, but again, because of all the convoluted story and the really bad editing, it sort of took you out of it, and you weren't as invested as they wanted you to be. It's one of those movies you can turn on the TV, if it's on, you'll watch it, you'll laugh, you'll say, oh my god, what the hell am I watching? But it's really hard to rate these sort of the movies, because they're not trying to be serious. You can tell that they're just trying to have fun. It sort of showed on screen. It wasn't very professionally done. They definitely tried their hardest with the budget they had, with the experience they had. So again, it's really hard to rate, but I'll give it a 2.5 out of 5 because it was fun. I had a good time. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.